in Las Vegas. Everybody feel good tonight? Yeah, I can get a guess there. Well, thank you for hanging out with us this evening. In case you wandered into the wrong building by mistake, as it does happen, it is Vegas, you know.
I love you, Sean!
We are Boyziimen Men from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And it is an honor to be here. Thank you so very much.
You are welcome!
We're very grateful tonight because, well, for a few things actually. One, we're here in Las Vegas, people. The entertainment capital of the world. Some of the greatest artists, performers, singers, dancers, whatever, has been here in this very city. And to, I guess, carry on the legacy of good entertainment, we are honored to be here. And we're honored that the Mirage Resorts and Casino opened their doors and their arms to Boyziimen Men and believing in us. So on behalf of my group and everybody that works with us, we like to say thank you to the Mirage, to the staff, to the crew, to the security, to everybody that you see walking around in this area. We thank you so very much for receiving Boyziimen Men. Thank you very much. And last but certainly not least, we'd like to thank all of you. Because, as I said before, this is Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. You could be seeking your entertainment elsewhere.
No way! No way!
But you decided to be here. You sitting in these seats is the biggest compliment that you can give Boyziimen Men. So what I'm trying to say is, sincerely, we are humbled by your presence. We thank you so very much for being here, and we hope you enjoy our show. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to introduce to you my good friend, happens to be preparing himself. He's standing right in the middle. There he is. I've known this guy since he was 14 years old, and he still never ceases to amaze me. He's, my personal opinion, one of the greatest singers the world has ever seen. If you don't believe me, keep an eye on him tonight. Show him some love. He goes by the name of Mr. Boyziimen Las. Thank you. Thank you. Now, this gentleman right here, listen, Boyziimen Men was his brainchild. Yeah, see, this is the story. He was going to the high school for creative and performing arts, and he didn't really want to go there, so he created something that he can come to. Boyziimen Men. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the mastermind of it all, Mr. Nathan Morris.
Thank you. Last but not least, to my right, this guy was single-handedly chosen for this group for one reason and one reason only. And you heard some of that tonight. So for the rest of the night, you'll probably hear one of the smoothest falsettos you ever heard in the history of the world on this guy right here. Give it up tonight for our friend, Mr. Sean. Stop.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to take everybody back to the year 1991. To an album that kicked it all off for us. The name of that album was called Hooey High Heart. If you know the song we're about to sing as well as the others we're going to do tonight, please feel free to sing along with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Boyziimen Las. How do I say to what we had? The good time that made us laugh, how we've met. And I thought we'd get to see forever.
to yesterday. All right, you guys like that one? That was a Boyziimen classic. Anything over 20 years, we call it classic. So doesn't matter what it is. It could be a house, it could be a car, it could be your wife, it could be a pair of underwear. It would be really nasty if we had a pair of underwear for 20 years, but that will be your classics nonetheless. So we say that because we've been doing this for quite a long time, and we realize, unlike some artists, that there's no way that there would be a Boyziimen if there weren't you guys coming out every night. So thank you very, very much for supporting us. And as we say, 22 years is a long time to be doing any one thing. You guys could have been doing a whole lot of other things in your life, but somewhere along the line, you decided to keep Boyziimen a part of it, whether you had like a hat, or a t-shirt, or a cassette tape, which just tells how old you are. Somewhere in your life, you decided to keep that a part of you, and that has allowed us to sustain for the last 22 years. So when you do things like that, we can't call you fans anymore. We have to officially call you guys our family. So thank you for supporting us for the last 22 years. It's a very, very long time. When we get into settings like this and we get close to our now family, we like to share news that we feel is very important. And you guys and all of our other friends and family around the world have been a very, very integral part of making this thing happen. So we want to thank you guys for what you've done. The last 22 years has been a long time of what we've done, and finally, after 22 years, we were able to finally get a star on Hollywood Walk of Fame. So, normally they put a picture up here, and that's why the screens are black. So I'm gonna wait to see if they do it. If they don't, then I'll just finish the story. In Vegas, we have malfunctions too, so yeah, I'm gonna give them a little jeopardy, give them a couple seconds. Okay. So they don't have the photo up, but it was a great day for us, and all of us were extremely happy. We went out, our friends, our family, people from our old record label showed up. They hung out, it was a great thing. And actually our fourth member, who we haven't seen in quite some time, actually showed up for that event. So we were very, 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 very happy about that. So after that, we actually went to the studio, I think a few months later, and recorded a record. And there was a song on this record that was brought to us by a record company executive out of New York City, a much older gentleman. It's a little story to it, I'll make it really brief. This guy brought us a record about 16 years ago. He said it was a great song for Boyziimen to do back then. And back then we were a lot younger and we didn't really listen to old people because it wasn't like the cool so, we told him to get us on to somebody else, but he was like, "Nah, I think it's gonna be a #1 record. I think you guys should do it." We were like, "Nah, we got this under wraps. We got about 4 of those. We got about 8. We thought we knew what we were doing." So, being the wise old gentleman he decided to get his song to another group, and they went in the studio and recorded this song. And after they put it out 6 weeks later, it was a #1 record. Now, to make matters worse, that year they flew out to LA, and they came into a room just like this, came up on stage, they gave him a little Grammy for that too. That was ours. They stole it. It was a country group. Gave it away. Yeah, no, it makes it worse, right? No, actually, they didn't steal it. I mean, if we'd have just did the damn song the first time, we would have had that problem. But we are good learners, even if it's 10, 15, 20 years later. So we decided to re-record this song on an album, and we recorded this song the way we should have did a long time ago. Now, you probably heard the original song like in a mall or a doctor's office. You might have heard it in a cab or a cars. Elevator, supermarket, restroom, might have heard restroom. And the other group was singing it. Now, we're gonna sing it tonight, how we should have sang it 15, 20 years ago, and how we sang it on that record. So, if you know the words, sing along with us. If not, we'll sing it because you paid us, and we have a choice.
Every time I ride you, so much more than I can tell. Baby, when you touch me, I can feel how much you love me, and it just blows me away. I've never been this close to anyone or anything. I can hear your thoughts, yeah. I can see your dreams. I don't know how you do what you do. I'm so in love with you, and it just keeps getting better. Yeah. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you by my side, forever and ever. Every little thing that you do, baby, I'm amazed by you. The smell of your skin, the taste of your kiss, the way you whisper in the dark. Oh, your hair all around me, baby, you surround me. You touch every place in my heart. Oh, it feels like the first time. Every time I wanna spend the whole night in your eyes. I don't know what you do. I'm so in love with you, and it just keeps getting better. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you by my side, forever and ever. Every little thing that you do, baby, I'm amazed by you. Baby, it's enough.